Hey y'all, it's Kalia. Welcome back to my channel. I have so much to catch y'all up on. You've missed so many chapters, it feels like, and life has been moving so fast, yet so painfully slow. Like with the turtle and the rabbit, I've been the turtle, but I'm winning the race, but it feels like I'm not winning the race. It feels like I'm losing bad. But let's just get into the details while I do my makeup for my self-care day. Okay? I am by no means a makeup artist, but I can do a little cute 1-2. See, look at me messing up already. First, I go in with my e.l.f. matte putty primer because I think I have oily skin. I honestly have combination skin. Ciao. I don't know. This is just what works for me. The title of this video is probably something about like finding your purpose or like how frustrating it is transitioning into like real life when you're coming out of college, whatever. That pretty much sums up the struggles that I've been going through for the past just about year or so. I've seen some real low lows and not so high highs since I've graduated undergrad, not quit, but retired from collegiate track and field, and now I'm just kind of in this space where it feels like I'm floating in the middle of nowhere. I do use Kylie Cosmetics Skin Tint in 8.5, 8 in the winter because we're finally sun-kissed again, darling. So, as y'all know, I came to the University of Kentucky to study sport and exercise psychology with the intent of working within collegiate athletics or youth athletics in the mental performance space. And I was like, at the time of my life that I decided to do that, it aligned real well with what I was currently going through. And I was like, oh my gosh, this is kind of going to be an opportunity for me to keep kind of thriving in this space that I'm so comfortable in and I know so much about that other people don't really know about. I already have the exposure, and now I can just continue on with my psychology degree that I got in undergrad and do what I love. Perfect. Great. I have a plan. The alternative for a long time to like getting a job was going professional in track and field. And quickly I figured out in my collegiate career that that was not something that I wanted to do. Pro track athletes really don't get paid a lot. Truly, it's a grind before you see any real financial return. And so you have to really be in it because you want to do it. Your heart is fully in it. And you're not really there for the money. You're not really there for everything else, all the glitz and the glam of a professional athlete life, because you're not getting that in track. And I knew my heart wasn't in it like that. So I was like, let me save myself the pain, the heartache, the suffering, because I don't really care that much. So I was like, great, I have to find a job, i.e., let me just go to grad school and prolong that journey. Now I'm going with Tarte Shape Tape, concealer. This little thing cost me almost $40 and it's almost gone, but I'm about to get every little drip out of it. I get here and I thought I was going to have funding opportunities and I thought I was going to have my school paid for like I did for my bachelor's degree. I left the University of Pittsburgh with no debt, such a blessing. And I came here kind of hoping that that would be the same case, but a whole bunch of things didn't happen. And now I'm thousands of dollars in debt for something that I didn't really want to do, which we're going to get to that. I didn't get any funding opportunities, and a lot of other people did. And I'm not like saying anything bad about them. It's just like, I was like, dang, I wish that was me. Like, you wish that was you, huh? I was super frustrated. I felt a lot of cognitive dissonance because I didn't really feel like I was really passionate about the stuff I was learning about in sports psych. The program is great, the people were great, but I just didn't feel like something really felt off, like that cognitive dissonance. I was like, this isn't right. This doesn't feel like I'm in alignment. It doesn't feel like I'm in alignment with my overall greater purpose. I don't know, something's wrong. First semester goes by and I'm like kind of just pushing that feeling down. Like, it's okay, it's just not track and nothing's probably ever gonna make you feel as good or passionate ever again. I don't know. That seems kind of crazy to say, but that's a whole nother video. Track was just my whole entire life. So I'm like, okay, maybe you're just chasing that old feeling and you'll get used to it. You'll get used to this school, this program, this community, and whatnot. Just suck it up for now. I'm like, period. I'll suck it up. Like, I'm just being dramatic as one does. And the feeling never went away. So that second semester comes around and I meet what I call my guardian angel, Dr. Jen McMullen, here at the University of Kentucky. I take a class called Health Promotion and Behavior Change. And it rocked my world. Like, it changed how I view everything. It's about leading a healthy lifestyle for longevity. And it's not so much focused on an outcome. Like in sports psych, I realized I was getting sucked right back into that cycle of I have to drop everything in my life for this specific sport outcome. And that, like, I would have to help athletes, of course, see themselves as more than athletes, but ultimately I was going to help them get to their goal, which was being as close to perfect as possible as they can in their sport. And I felt like that was me going back into that cycle that I had honestly broken out of a long time ago, which I didn't know. When I had decided that I didn't want to run track anymore, that was the moment that I kind of got out of that toxic cycle. I knew that once I was done with track, like, it really wasn't going to matter anymore. No one cared about my PR. It was so irrelevant to my, like, I'm not putting my PR on my resume. And once I just thought about how much bigger life is than athletics, I didn't want to work in it anymore. This sounds kind of selfish, but I didn't want to have to relive that over and over again with all my athletes, because I wanted to work in collegiate athletics or with elite youth athletics, which those are times where society puts onto these kids like, you're nothing if you're not good at your sport, which is crazy. And I say that because I lived it. So basically, that to stop from talking about such depressing things, once I found this class, I got confirmation that, okay, there is a way out of athletics for me. And I'm not diminishing the spirit of sports, like, I'm just saying it's not a good fit for me. This is the MAC Studio Radiance Concealer. Real bright, real cute. I'm trying to work on my placement, but I just kind of go in and do whatever I want. So now I'm fast forward and I'm still in sports, like looking over there, like you know how that's good word meme where he looking outside SpongeBob and Patrick playing, but he in the house. That's how I felt. I was like, the health promotion girlies look like they're having so much fun. I want to be out there, but I'm in here. I didn't want to switch programs, but I was like, I was playing with the idea, like, would it be possible for me to switch programs? So I prayed on it for months. I talked to all the people that I needed to talk to. And now your girl switched over to health and wellness. I am in the health promotion non-thesis master's program, and I'm also in the health and wellness coaching certificate program. So I'm leaving here with something. Now to talk about the hardest part of this all was not even changing trajectories. Like, okay, yeah, that was stressful, but the main thing that was in the back of my mind this entire time was like, okay, girl, so you just did a year of a very expensive master's program and then paid for it, and now you're actually not even going to do it. That's so funny because that was a real expensive gap year you just kind of took. And that was what was the hardest part for me. I was like, oh my gosh, I just completely wasted a year. I just spent so much money. I'm in debt, and I've never been in debt before. Stressing, honey. I was stressing. Then I was like, great. Luckily, some of my classes transferred over, and so now I only have 1 year left of the health promotion masters. However, still no money. Like, where's this money coming from? Who's paying for this? And this brings me to my point of how hard it is to trust in God's plan and trust that He's going to take care of it. And how having faith is not aesthetically pleasing all the time. It's more than just like reading a verse and then being like, oh, I feel so much better now, because that's really not the case. Especially for me, I think that's kind of a difficult concept to grasp that a lot of Christians kind of like downplay, but it's like, yeah, we know the word says, you know, seek his will and that will show you the path you have to take. And it's like, yes, okay, I read that. But now I'm not, that doesn't mean I'm just going to sleep feeling so much better, because to me, I still don't see it, Lord. I still don't see it. I just have to pray for more strength and trust when it comes to letting go of the wheel, because I like to be like, here, I'm holding it. I know where to go. And that's not what it is. And it's so, so difficult to not think that way. But it's really challenging. A lot of the times, the Christian girlies on social media will show the good. They'll be like, yes, I had faith and this happened, this happened, this happened. But they don't show the hardships, the war part of following Christ. I mean, the enemy will constantly try to make you doubt yourself, make you doubt your choices, make you have doubt in God. And it's like, we don't talk that much about that part. And I will say, I almost gave up hope, because I was like, I don't know, it feels like I can't do anything right. So I was like, let me just stop trying to do things. But then I also feel like I'm not doing enough. And it was just a whole toxic cycle. I cried so many times because I was like, did I make the right decision coming here? What's going on? I don't see my purpose. Lord, just show me my purpose, please. I'm begging. Okay, I had to lock in real quick and fix it, but we're fixed. I didn't show y'all, but I use MAC Studio Fix powder foundation for my contour because there's a lot of it and it was the right color. And then I also use the Halo powder filter to put powder over the spots where I use concealer. Done. When I was to the point of giving up, and which is honestly the point where God wants you sometimes, and it's hard to be there because I don't want to give up. I just used a drugstore brown eyeliner and Fenty Beauty's Hella Thick Let's Be Blunt mascara, because I like brown mascara. Sometimes black is too harsh. We're also about to make this pimple a mole and see if it's cute. It could be. I'll get dressed and then see if I like it or not. I don't know, it might eat. Okay, let me stay focused. Once I finally gave up and I threw in the towel, I'm like, God, you gotta make a way, because I clearly can't. I get an email last Saturday morning that says I was selected for a teaching assistant job that will pay for my entire year of schooling, and I will have stipends, so I don't have to get a job. I was stressed out about getting a job next year, and it turns out that I don't even have to. Like, God made a way, because I submitted the application months ago. I thought, I was like, okay, I'm giving up. Like, I clearly didn't get it. They're choosing everyone but me. And now I was chosen, honey. God made a way. And I'm like, talking about it so calm right now, because I've just been sitting with that for a week. Like, that was only God. One thing God's gonna do is make a way. Whether it comes later than you thought, earlier than you thought, in a different package than you wanted, He's gonna make a way. You just gotta trust Him. And trusting Him is hard. So I'm making this video to be like, trusting God and His purpose and His plan for your life is hard. It's not easy at all. Don't listen to anyone who says it is, because it is mental and spiritual warfare half the time. My other camera got fuzzy with me, so we're almost done. I did a Fenty Beauty traced out lip liner. It's brown. It's literally my favorite lip liner ever. It's the only brown that actually shows up on my lips. And then I'll use the Hot Chocolate Fenty Beauty lip gloss. This is always a good option. And that's really it. Yup. I now use the Power Grip Dewy Setting Spray by e.l.f. And it's so tea. We spray that. We do this. And that's that on that. That's the look. Yes. I just wanted to make this video to, one, give y'all a life update, and two, talk about how hard it is and how meaningful it feels to find your purpose and be in alignment with your purpose. Even though I am so young, it's like I still want to be making the steps to get there. I know I may not be doing this exactly for the rest of my life, but I want to be on the right path. Like, I don't want to be just doing random side quests that kind of get me off my trajectory, but just enjoy the journey as much as you can. That's what I'm trying to do. It may not all make sense in the moment, but trust God no matter how hard it is to do that, and He will lead you in the right path. I've been watching a podcast lately to get my scripture studies in, and one of the podcasts was titled Perfection is Overrated. So I want to share some of my notes real quick before we close out the video. I want y'all to check out Hebrews chapter 12, verse 1. This is the notes I have from it, and it's just talking about stripping off the weight of fear, judgment, and doubt, because those three things easily trip us up when we're running with godly endurance, because we want to be perfect. Perfection is completely overrated. You're never going to be perfect, and that's something I have to remind myself of all the time. Like, it's okay to make decisions and live with them if they don't go perfectly or you fail, and you just take those moments of failure to learn. I was so sad about changing my master's program because I felt like I messed up, but I'm just learning more about myself. It's okay, because as I live through this life, I'm never going to know everything about myself. That's what learning and experience is for. And God's not mad at me. My parents aren't mad at me. My professors aren't mad at me. This is my journey, and it's not going to be perfect. And there's so much beauty in it. So I can't let the weight of messing up or being afraid of something, afraid of an outcome, or getting judged by others affect what I'm doing. This race, I need godly endurance. So I need to lean on my faith and trust Him to take up the equal weight of my yoke. I'm not in this alone. I'm going to get it done. I'm going to figure it out because God is with me. And in chasing Him, I'm also chasing my path. So it really kills two birds with one stone. You feel me? So just stay encouraged and stay disciplined, because that's what I'm doing. And God is working it out for me, even though in the past year it felt like I was doing everything wrong and I wasn't trusting God as much as I needed to be doing. So He shut me up. So I'm here to spread the good news. That's all. So I hope y'all learned something from this video. If not, you just heard about my life updates and what I've been up to. We out here grinding, but we also out here having faith. Okay? Okay. Stay blessed and stay beautiful. Bye.